Hello, black man. This guided journal is being made available to build character, confidence, and define the inner person.
It has been deemed clear that our culture and our past has hindered black men from being open and vulnerable. Hello, black man.
Hello, black man.
Good evening, everybody. I am back again. I am guest hosting for the Hello Black Man podcast. I almost messed it up. I am Kalisha Patrice. For those of you who do not know me, I am a co-founder of Hello Black Man. I'm a partner, business partner. We work together side by side to create this journey, to create this environment of transparency and communication. Tonight, I have the pleasure of chatting with my social media arch enemy. We have never ever met in person, but we have gone tit for tat on social media, Facebook platforms. And if you know anything about social media, if you got two people going back and forth with each other, it's gonna bring the viewers. So if ever y'all need us to bring some liveness to your post, hit us up. We will battle on that thing. But without further ado, y'all, I'm gonna bring him to you. But before I do, I want to read his bio, okay? Because he is simply way more than I ever thought he was. I didn't know he did all this stuff, but you never know people. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about him. He is MyronJ The Coach. He is a native of Canton, Mississippi, by way of Dallas. I want to ask him about that because I don't know what that means, but it's not on him, that's on me. He is a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, future author. He received his bachelor's degree from the school on Lynch Street in sociology and his master's in counseling studies from Capella University. He has over 10 plus years of experience as a life coach, specializing in general relationship issues. Ooh, relationship issues. We all got them. So y'all better come through with the questions while y'all got a little bit of his time. Divorce, domestic violence within relationships, marriages, and a business consultant as well. He is also a loving father. Cool beans. I had a chance to look at his website. If he gives us okay, we will look at that while we're on here with him later on in the show. But without further ado, I'm going to bring on my guest for tonight, Mr. Myron Johnson. Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. I've been trying to make you a Jones all day. I put Jones on everything.
Hey, you've been throwing a lot of shade, saying while I was in the background. Yes.
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're referring to.
The Lynch Street, art nemesis and being in Dallas, Texas and all that stuff. So
Well, see, let me tell you my thing about Dallas, Texas, Canton. By way of, so it says native. So that means you're from Canton, right?
yeah, I'm from Canton. So that might have been an old bio. So that's my fault as well. So I'm from Canton. But I live in Dallas, Texas. I've been here for like 4 years now. And I am an author, not a future author anymore. So I am an author. So that's my fault. I'll take that one. Got to update my bio.
Update your bio. Don't be sending it to me then mad at me because I read it just like you gave it to me.
I'm trying to make you look bad. That's all that was.
You were definitely trying to make me look bad. I mean, if you went to Lynch Street School, just say that. You ain't got to be mad at me because your bio hadn't been updated. An Alkanite would never.
It's all corn people, man. It's all right. But we swag champions, though. That's cool. We swag champions. I mean, that's
Congratulations. I am buying to you guys. I support you. I hope that you guys win. I know that my Alcorn family going to be mad as all get out because I'm saying it. But I do. I really hope y'all win. I hope y'all bring that back to Mississippi because it's something that we hadn't been able to do. So, kudos to y'all if y'all can do that. So let's get started tonight. I want you to tell the people all about you because I did a little bit of your old bio, but update them on who you are and what you got going on.
Well, so from Mississippi, been living in Mississippi pretty much all of my life. So I've been in Dallas, Texas for like almost 4 years now. So of course I got my regular 9 to 5. I'm a student advisor for a university in Indiana. And so I'm strictly remote job. I'm a DJ, been DJing for like 11 years, almost 11 years now. So of course I do my life coaching. I've been a life coach for about a few years now, but of course my experience ran very deep in order for me to be a life coach. Used to be married, been divorced for like 4 years now. I have a daughter. She's 10 years old, Morgan Carly Johnson. And so Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, shout out to all my frats and sorors out there and just the whole D9. A lot of love to you guys. So, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I got a book out there called Married, Divorced by God. That book been out since March of this year. So it took me a little while to get that book together, but it's out. And it's really just telling about my life and my experience, what I've gone through in my marriage, some things that I saw that I ignored, some red flags, some prayers that I had, some abuse, my jail experience. It's just like so much in there because you hear so much about that kind of thing from a woman's perspective, but this time it's coming from a man perspective, and so it's just a book for everybody. I don't
Mhm.
care if you're married, divorced, you're single, thinking about getting married. It's just so much in there that can really help you move forward, or not, for that matter, or to get out of that situation. I'm not telling nobody to leave they man or they woman, but might need to
That's
figure it
that's
out and see what's going on. So it's on Amazon.com. Married, divorced, but God.
all right. We'll definitely drop that link in the comments before we leave out of here. So those are very interesting things you just talked about, and we don't hear those from the man's perspective, and that is what Hello Black Man is all about. We want to know more about the male story because women talk. We be talking. We talk all the time about everything, but we don't know what you guys go through. We don't know how hard it is for y'all to just be black men. And I know that we support you guys. I'm gonna ask you a real controversial question. Do you think black women support men more than you guys support us?
Oh man, it's kind of, some do. I think some do, but it's hard to receive that support because we was taught to do it on our own. We was taught to just man up. Don't cry, don't get into your feelings. That's not a real man or whatever. And yet we got so much bottled up inside, and it creates so much trauma in our adulthood. In
Hmm.
relationships, on our jobs with our kids. And so, and we definitely need that support from women. We want to
Hmm.
be able to know that we can come to you and talk to you about anything without being looked at differently, without being looked at as weak or vulnerable. We want to be vulnerable with you, and so we want to be looked. We don't want to be looked at anything less than what we put out there, and we
Right.
want to make sure that we are able to trust you to just say anything to you and talk to you about anything without you, not say you, without a woman.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to think that we dating and then. So let me rephrase.
Okay, go ahead.
So, we don't want women to like throw it back in our face when we get mad.
Hmm.
Or when they get mad, rather, we get into an argument. Well, you said this and you said that, and we don't want like that to be thrown back in our face. So we want somebody that's gonna look out for us, they're gonna support us and be there for us, no matter what.
Right. And so, do you think it's more often than not that women are the ones who don't create this safe space for the man? Do you think that you guys are more listening and not listening and creating that safe space unintentionally? And we just like, anytime we get mad, like, yo, weak tail, you was over there crying. Do you feel like that's the way we are as women more so than not?
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes we have to, as men, we have to make sure that we are creating that safe space as well. We got to make sure that we are leading in that aspect of things. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we create peace in the household, within relationships, and make sure that we're able to open up that door for our woman to walk into. So we got to make sure that we're doing our part first, and then once we do our part, and then if the woman is not, then at that point it's really pretty much on her. Like she don't want to, she's not doing her part, and then it could be to a point where she don't know how neither.
Hmm.
Everybody don't know how to be a safe space to a man. It wasn't
Thanks.
raised that way. So
Hmm.
you got to look at every aspect of it. Does she know what she's doing, or am I not the person that she want to do it for? So you got to look
Mm,
at those type of things as well.
mm. All that is very good. Do you see more examples of black love today? You think that we've seen in the past?
It's kind of hard. Me being on social media, it seems like social media is pushing more interracial relationships a lot.
Oh, wow.
From what I've been seeing, I
Mm-hmm.
don't see a lot of black love. Like I'm on TikTok real heavy. Like I have almost like 60,000 followers on TikTok, and
Mm-hmm.
so just me looking at my timeline, I don't know if from what I hit the like button on or what, but I see a lot of interracial relationships, with different races. But it's very seldom that I come across black love, and I love black love.
Mm-hmm.
I love to see it. I love everybody. I don't care. Love who you want to love. At the end of the
Right.
day, that's what I'm all about. Love who you want to love, and as long as you're happy, doing during that time of you being with that person. But I know it's a lot of black love out there. I don't think that it's being showcased enough. Let me put it that way. I don't think it's being shown enough.
That's very good. That's very interesting to hear. We got to do a better job of finding the black love in our communities. And you had a Instagram, no, TikTok post to go viral, right? You were on the Shade Room.
Yeah, I was acting a fool. I was, I think it said the title said something about everybody on. Um, I'm seeing all this black love on social media, and here I am just being black. And I think I was like sliding down the bed or something. It was real fun. I was
It
surprised
was.
it made this. It was back in June that happened. So I was
Okay.
surprised that it was. I always want to get on the shade room. I said I
Uh-huh.
would. I spoke to the universe. I didn't think it was going to be that way though.
Yeah. You
Foolishness.
didn't think you was gonna be talking about your well, I ain't gonna say loneliness because a lot of y'all out here, me included, I'm not saying that I'm not included in this number of people, are hiding your relationships from social media. How do you feel about that? What do you think about that?
I don't think it's. Well, I guess it's kind of hiding, but more people are being private and they're
Hmm.
very careful of who they putting out there. Because I tell anybody that I date, or I'm a single man, so anybody I talk to, anybody I date, look, you're not getting posted on this World Wide Web until I know it's real. Until I know that we about to get married, some things about to happen between us. This is serious. Granted, we don't get together and hope and think that we're going to break up within a few months or 6 months or so, but you just never know. So I,
Right.
I just want to make sure that everything, as a man, I just want to make sure that everything is good to go before I post anybody on social media because people come and go all the time.
All the time.
Post you today, you might be gone next week. Now everybody wondering where this
Where
person.
they at?
You ain't posting her no more. Like they must broke up. You know what I'm saying? So granted, you don't care what people say these days, but at the same time, it's like you just got to be careful of who you put on social media. Then
That's
when you
true.
put them out there, you got to hope that it's nobody else's girlfriend or boyfriend.
You listen, that's the reason why I be posting. Let me see if this Negro out here with
Oh,
somebody else, because they coming. They gonna tell you.
it's
I
like
saw him with such and such and such.
it's like everybody all of a sudden grew up with this man or woman, or they know them or something, they know something about them. So it's like back then years ago, I probably would have posted my significant other, but nowadays, as you get older and get more mature, you look for stability now. So you look
That's true.
for a strong foundation before you start posting people on social media. Some people just feel like social media validates things. That's how social media got everybody think that it's not happening unless you post it.
Yeah.
With materialistic stuff, it's not happening, or you don't got it unless you post it. A lot of people I know a lot of private people, and they doing great behind.
Hmm. Hmm.
What I'm saying, and social, everything's not for social media.
That's true. That's very true. You said that the person or whoever you're talking to, you told them that you're not going to post them unless it's serious. How do you know that a relationship is serious? At what point do you say, "Oh, we serious, and this may be forever"? As divorcees, I myself am also one. Like, when do you know? Like, this is who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, or do you ever really know?
Yeah, let me tell y'all something. Don't ever let a man tell y'all that he don't know if you're the one or not. Some men don't. It don't take men at all long at all to know if you're the one. But I will say you need to experience people at every season of them. You need to
Hmm.
experience them when they're happy, when they're mad, when y'all arguing. Because you need to know how people handle conflicts.
Hmm.
And how people handle their finances. You need to know a lot about them. Granted, you're going to always learn them as time goes on, but you need to know the basics. You need to get you need to see them in every aspect of their emotions to see if this is the person for you. And you always going to know. You know what I'm saying? You're going to know if the vibe is right. You're going to know how they're feeling about how you feel about that person. The
Hmm.
chemistry's going to be there. Like y'all connecting on so many levels. You are equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? So you just really know. And as a man, for me, I will know because I'm a leader at the end of the day. I'm a protector, I'm a provider. So I'm going to know. I'm going to set that example. And if she follows, and this is what we both want, then we're going to make it happen.
Right.
It's just all about communication, having a conversation about it.
Indeed, indeed. And I think most importantly, you said finances, a lot of marriages end because of finances. So I think seeing people in their season when they have money and when they don't, I think that's most important because
Yeah.
you never know how much a person changes, when they don't have money versus when they do have it. So those are very, very, very important. Somebody's coming. Let's see. Somebody commented. Let's see what they said. Facts just said they gotta argue with them. You don't have to argue. These are heated discussions.
Heated discussion. That's what we'll say. So, because when it comes up, you gotta see how people are. Some people don't play fair.
They don't.
Or to tell you how they really feel about you when they mad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you really gotta pay attention to all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, how do you handle arguments? Do you blow up? Do you throw stuff? Do you get mad? I mean, of course you get mad, but do you have curse words or whatever? Do you walk out? How do you handle it?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've gone through with my marriage, arguing all the time. So moving forward, I'm all about peace and healing and doing stuff the right way, walking away whenever I can. But also, when you do argue, can we come up with a solution? There's no reason or no point of us arguing. We're not going to come up with a solution at the end of the day. You got to understand that it's us against the problem and not each other.
You better say that.
We got to figure it out. Because if we don't figure out a solution, guess what? When we argue again, it's going to come back up.
We'll be back at square one.
Yeah, we got a whole new argument next week. Now the new argument gonna bring the old argument in there because we never even talked about that already. We never even worked on it.
And believe I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing up everything from the day we met. You remember when you said on June 17th, 1997. That's me.
Even in some cases, even when you have talked about it, came up with a solution, people still bring it up. Why? Because they still hurt by it.
They are, and that's facts. Or they hadn't come to you. You may feel like you've come to a resolution with it, but they hadn't come to a resolution with it. And until they reach that resolution, it still resides deep down inside.
Especially if you're the problem, if you're the reason why the argument has come about, yeah, they're gonna do it.
So we're here tonight because of the platform Hello Black Man. It was created by my partner Jamie Jenkins, and it is about transparency and communication. So he created these journals, really neat journals. You can get them on Amazon or you can get them at helloblackman.com. And they're not normal journals like you just write down anything you want to. They are guided journals. They ask questions. There are 52 questions. You could do one a week, or like some people, you can sit down and do the whole journal in one day, if these are questions that you really hadn't thought about. So we're challenging you tonight, Mr. Johnson, to ask yourself 4 of these questions out of the journal to see if you know who you really are. So I'm going to task you with picking 4 numbers. We could do one at a time. We could do all 4 at one time. Let's do one at a time because it's going to be easier for me because I can't think that long. So let's do your first question. Pick a number between 1 and 52.
I'm going to say number 9. That's one.
Why do you say number 9?
I used to, when I was playing football in high school, they used to be my high school number all through high school.
You played high school ball at Canton?
Look, I feel like you're trying to be funny right now, but yeah. In college ball, don't do that.
I am not trying to be funny.
I gotta watch you, man, because we beefing and stuff. We kind of. So I gotta watch you.
We're not beefing in real life. It's only on social media.
I know it, but
listen.
Once you start beefing, it carries on to everything. Even
because when I see you, we go
on site. I'm gonna get you
on site. You gotta catch these hands. No idea where the beef started from. It's just like how he talking.
His hands rated E for everybody. I'm telling you.
All right, so number 9 says hello. Oh wait, did you say you played college ball? Because I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I did. I played junior college and a little bit of university ball.
You played at Jackson State?
No, my brother did, but I played at Holmes and Goodman, and I went to Mississippi College and played for a semester.
Okay, that's dope. That's really dope. And I say that because, my son plays football. If you follow me on social media, you know I'm an avid football fan. I don't like that he plays football. I actually despise the sport. But
that's because the mother stuff, y'all got to let go. You got to toughen him up a little bit.
Ooh, I'm very shocked because he has been so timid for so long. He's finally coming out his shell. So I'm one proud mother. All right. So, hello, Black man. It's number 9. Describe the effectiveness of your communication skills.
Describe the effectiveness of my communication skills.
That's correct.
Oh, man. I don't know. Describe the effectiveness of my communication skills. Well, I'm a communicator all day. Like I love to communicate. I feel like, but it's more to it than that. It's you have to comprehend what you communicating, what you're talking about. Got to be it's that's very important. That's number one, because if you're not comprehending what's being said, what's being talked about, it's not going to work. So whenever I'm communicating with someone, it has to be so effective that we both get something out of it, not just me. And we have to understand that it's not all about you at the end of the day. You know, you have to understand like what's being stated, what's being said from both people, because I can say something to you, but it might come off wrong. So now I got to ask a question. Okay, did you hear what I just said? Then I got to come back. Okay, what did I say? What did you think that I said? Because y'all
How did it
women,
make you feel?
how did it make you feel? Exactly how did it make you feel? Because that feeling is something. And so if so we have to start from there. You know what I'm saying? With that communication, with that aspect of like how did it make you feel? What did you hear I said, or what did you thought that I said? Because if you understand, that's how a lot of arguments come. A lot of arguments come from. That's why I continue on because people are not understanding what's being said or what was said. You taking what I'm saying the wrong way. That's not what I meant. And then on top of that, the tone of everything. Oh my God, like the tone is a whole different story right there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because you got to be careful how you say stuff. Like I can take what you're saying, but it's like how you coming off to me that's gonna put me in shutdown mode, I guess you could say,
Right.
and like bag off from it. So
Right. And on top of that, when you're talking about tone and I guess inflection and how things come across and what's being said, sometimes we can I would like to think that at a certain place in your relationship, you know that I'm not coming to you in a manner that is hurtful to you. No matter what I say, no matter how I say it, because we're in this space, because I care about you, not you, because we already said we're not talking about us, people who are listening. We talking about in general. But no matter how I say it or what I say, because we're in this space, I feel like you should know that I'm not coming to you in a negative manner. And that's the mindset that I myself had to get out of. Regardless of how long we've been in the space, regardless of how you feel, how I feel about you, there's still a level of respect that I have to have when I say things or when I come to you with things because you don't know. You don't know how I am today. Like yesterday, yeah, I may have loved you, but today I may not like you.
yep.
So that's something I have to work on. I don't know if that's something you have to work on. What do you think in your line of communicating that you could work on?
I think like at first in the beginning, it was my delivery and how I was basically was saying things. I think my communication when I was married was coming from a lot of anger. You know, being tired, being exhausted, going through the same old stuff over and over again, saying the same stuff a million times, or the same stuff but different things a million times over, and you get so tired, you're so exhausted to the point where you don't even care how it comes out anymore. You know, and because my whole thing was it didn't work that way, so maybe it'll work this way. So now this works this way still is not working. So it's like, what do we do now
Mm-hmm.
from that point of view? So it's like it was, you know. So it just like I said, the tone, the delivery, how you say stuff. Sometimes, if at all possible, you may have to like rehearse a little bit. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
always if you could get in the shower and rehearse arguments, just in case somebody, you know, we all done it, got in the shower, rehearse arguments, just in case some jump off. You go look, you got the little head moving and stuff.
It never goes that way though. It never goes how
It
you
never
rehearse
goes that way. And then when you get into the argument or had a conversation with them, you forget what you were supposed to say.
it. Got
What you supposed to
everything.
talk about.
Write it down, people. Write down your argument before you get there.
Yeah, if you can rehearse that in the shower or where in the car, or whatever, then you can rehearse how you want to come at a person about a certain situation. Now, granted, some things be on a dime. You don't have time to like think things over. But when
Mm-hmm.
you get like, but if you have time, yeah, think about how you want to say stuff, and you just never know because I've been in a situation where I felt like the person that I was dating or talking to in a relationship might like just pop off, I guess you could say, or get mad or get angry. And they
Mm-hmm.
totally surprised me by it. And they didn't even take it that way. That like they was cool with it. They apologized. I was like, wait a minute. So now since I'm on the offense, I'm like, I don't know how to respond now. 'Cause I was ready for an argument. I thought we
You
ready
was
to get
ready to knock down.
it in. But you done came in, you threw a little curveball in there. And so it's all mental too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We can't we always assuming how things are gonna go and the way things are gonna be said because and rightfully so though, because if you have gone through it so many times with that person, you don't have no choice but think that they're gonna take it a certain way. Or
Yeah, I get that. And that's a very valid point you made about how we assume what's going to happen. And I think in my ex relationship, when I would have to go visit his people, my in-laws, I would always assume that this was about to be a knockdown drag out. So I'm already prepared. I'm mad in the car on the way there, and things will be fine. So I believe that manifestation and going into things with a positive attitude can change things, not all the way, but I think you can better adjust yourself to what's going on around you if you have a positive mindset. That's something that I have learned since I've been and gone through relationships and stuff. So I'm better at that, thank God.
That whole positive mindset, like even like lately, I have people to tell me that I'm such a positive person or whatever. Like it took me a while to get here. You know,
Yes.
I had to try to be positive in a chaotic situation when I was married. You know what I'm saying? I had to try to find the good in everything. I'm always trying to find the good in everything, no matter how good or bad that situation is. And so it's like you have to stay positive as much as possible, although it's kind of hard, but it's possible to do. So you got to stay positive in like every aspect of things because you got to understand that being angry, being mad, and have attitudes. Granted, I know that it happens sometimes, but it's just like it's so much, such a waste of energy. You know,
Right.
you can put that
Ooh,
energy into something
yes.
else, try to be more positive and try to be optimistic about things versus trying to be angry and mad all the time. So right now, these times, like I don't even try to get into arguments with people. You know, this whole back and forth thing. I just fall back. You know, I'm the king of falling back. I'm not about to let you like wear me down with.
Except when he comes to argue with me on social media. But we're not gonna talk
Yeah,
about
I'm
that.
gonna put that energy in there every time. I get 5 minutes of my energy every time. That ain't,
You reserve your energy just for that.
you know, I got a special 5 minutes.
It's both. Do you think that because I'm the same way, I try to find a positive in everything. Sometimes I find myself being a negative Nancy, but do you think it's a blessing or a curse to always try to find the positive in stuff from people?
It could be both. It definitely could be both because people, when people know how you are, they're gonna try to push the limit to you every
They
time.
will.
They're gonna
Indeed.
they're gonna feel like oh he's just gonna say whatever he's gonna say. He'll be back cool again. He's just gonna be positive about it, and they get used to that. You know,
Hmm.
sometimes you gotta put your foot down too. You know, you gotta be firm. You gotta stand on your own because and let them know that I am positive. I'm cool. I'm down to earth and everything else, but you're not gonna play me neither. Like you're not
That's
gonna
true. That's
me.
true. These are all facts.
Yeah,
Great.
you're not gonna disrespect me. You know, you got to have some kind of boundaries there as
You
well.
do boundaries. That's such a good segue. Boundaries. And I'm gonna switch gears just for a minute to talk about boundaries. When it comes to men and women, I have been having this conversation with several different people, and it came up because my daughter had been having an issue on the bus where some little boy had been touching her, not sexually necessarily, but she didn't feel comfortable. And
Right.
so I have been talking to her about setting boundaries and talking to her about the way she dressed, the way she talks, and stuff like that. Do you think that men have a harder time accepting or adhering to boundaries than women do?
Sometimes because they don't feel like things apply to them. Some men
Mm,
like certain things apply and they feel like they can do what they want to do, say what they want
mm,
to say. And I just feel like if you want respect, you have to give it at the
mhm,
same time. And to go to your daughter, I just feel like and just women in general, women period. I feel like women shouldn't have to like worry about what they wear
mhm,
or how they dress or whatever. Granted, you want them to dress nice because people gonna address you by how you dress.
mhm,
But at the same time, you shouldn't have to be so concerned with it to the point where oh, this man is gonna disrespect
mhm.
what you have on. They should be respected anyway.
Right.
That comes from a lot of young boys and or men not being raised correctly
Mm,
and showing how to respect women
right.
in general, regardless of what they got on, regardless of what they wear. That doesn't warrant you to go and disrespect them or to
Right.
check on them or whatever the situation may be. And it's something similar that I talked about on my podcast. Not my podcast, I'm sorry, on TikTok when I make videos on there. It's just about how men should not get mad or disrespectful when women tell them no.
Mm,
You try to go in and get a woman's number, get her attention. You knew it was a 50-50 chance of her saying yes or no when you walked up to her. So why
mm,
is her? But it's an ego thing, though. It's an ego
right.
pride thing, and once that is crushed and hurt, they get disrespectful, start calling out their name. They end up getting violent, following them to. I seen videos with people, with guys follow women to the house.
Oh wow.
And it was just scary. It was just crazy, like But so yeah, it's just one of those things that you. Everybody has boundaries.
Mhm.
Everybody should have boundaries, and everybody needs to start to respect other people's boundaries as well. So it's very important. I just think some men feel like that it things that doesn't apply to them. They can do whatever they want to do because they're men. They're the so-called kings or whatever, and they're the dominant ones. So they feel like boundaries doesn't apply to them.
Wow. Do you think women are more acceptive of rejection than men are? Like if I walked up and said, "What's up? Can I get your number?" and you told me no, like, do you think I would be like, "Okay, whatever," versus trying to follow you home and cuss you out about it?
I think women are more cool with it because women don't have that whole big ego thing and pride thing like men do. The men, this is our nature. The whole ego, the whole pride, that's our nature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think women have it in their nature, but not to the degree of men do. So I think if a woman comes up to you and try to talk to you or whatever, and the guy turn her down, I think women be more okay and cool with it. She might go back and talk crazy to her friends about you. What I'm saying? But as far as her doing the extreme like men do,
Mm-hmm.
my personal experience or just seeing on social media or wherever I view things that I haven't seen women just get out of character with that
Right.
whole thing. And I'll tell a woman in a minute, like if you and I gave this advice on my social media when a woman asked me this question. If you're interested in a man, if you see him out and about or even on social media, just have a conversation with him. Hey, what you drinking this evening? What kind of cologne you have on? I like this shirt you got on. Where it's from? And then just hold a general conversation with him. And if he's really interested in like you, he'll ask you for your number. Then you put the ball in his court, really. So now you don't have to worry about being rejected. You just start a conversation. You let him have it after that. So I'm gonna charge you for that advice later on. 'Cause I know you gonna use it for
I'm,
something.
I'm not. I'm good. but but I'm glad that you brought that up. That is a very good point that you just made, and the reason why I say that is because I don't know if you've seen the latest social media couple craze with Toby and Fat. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I haven't seen. I haven't got seen. I like them too, but I
I
haven't
do
seen.
too. I'm huge fans of theirs.
Yeah, I haven't seen. You gotta let me know what's going on.
I'm gonna give you just a cliff note.
Okay.
So they have this. I don't want to say it's a podcast, but it's a YouTube channel that they did about their relationship and how they started and where they came from. And so basically, long story short, she chased him. She didn't necessarily chase him. He told her he didn't want her as a girlfriend. They ended up dating. He didn't really like her like he thought he would. They broke up, but she positioned herself like in his circle so she would be around him so she could help him with things. And eventually, they fell in love and they ended up getting married. Well, people are upset because they feel like because he didn't like her and he's very adamant about the fact that he didn't like her, that she's crazy, that she shouldn't have stayed around until he decided to like her. Like, how do you feel about that?
That's really crazy because me personally, or anybody for that matter, if you see a person don't like you, and it's another video I made. You must watch my TikTok video, but it's another video I
I'm
made.
not on TikTok, but I'm going to go since you got 100,000 followers and stuff.
I'm trying to get there. And I said this. I said don't let a person tell you twice that they don't want you or a relationship.
Mm,
Don't let them tell you twice because
mm,
anything after that is gonna be completely on you. Meaning that if I tell you I don't want a relationship and I don't want you, but you keep trying to talk to me and we end up being intimate with each other, having sex, going out, whatever the situation may be, and I end up talking to somebody else, well, the first thing, and you get mad about it, you trying to confront me about it, guess what I'm gonna say? Well, I told you I didn't want a relationship. I told you I
mm-hmm,
didn't want to talk to you no way.
mm-hmm,
You really just putting yourself in a bad situation. But for me I just couldn't see myself wanting a person that bad to the point where I'm gonna keep chasing them and running behind them
mm-hmm,
until they liked me.
mm.
Like this is, she could have been with somebody else in a whole different light. Granted, things might be working for them right now. Who knows? I don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. It looked good in front of us.
It's true. But and that's the other thing. I mean, I felt like the entire scenario was very open, very honest, very raw.
Mhm.
And if you watch the videos, I mean, he talked crazy to her. He does. But I mean, whatever works for them works for them. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Something they got going on, in their marriage and their life. But me personally, like for a person to be running up behind you, because I get irritated if somebody did me like that, and I know I'm not interested in them. Like I get
Mhm.
irritated. But it's like, so what he's basically saying is she had to wear on him, like
Mm.
he had to like really find a place to like her.
Yeah. He even compared their relationship to her being Steve Urkel and him being Laura.
Well, that's what you had to say in the first place. Now I know what you're talking about now.
It's definitely cringe to watch, but I mean I do like their love story now, I'm going to do just a quick shout out to some authors that I have here with me just because I like to shout people out in the middle of the shows. My cousin, she wrote a book. Her name is Angela Hamberlin. See What the End Will Be. It's a memoir of her father's life story. It is amazing. Guys, pick this up. It talks about him. I mean, we are not far removed from slavery. This is my great uncle, right? So he talks about how terrible the schools were and how just they had to be raised, how poor they were. So pick this up, read this, tell me, guys, tell me what y'all think about it. You can get it on Amazon. Angela Hammerlin is the author. See What the End Will Be is the name of it. And also I have one of my faves, Miranda Joyner, A Lot Alike. This is for people who are doing business, entrepreneurs. It's about branding and purpose. So make sure y'all go pick these two books up. All right, now back to you. How many questions have we done? One?
Just one.
Give me crazy. We're already 35 minutes in. I told you I was going to get you out of here in 45 minutes. I'm going to do that. So give me your second number.
27.
27. Why 27?
My dad's birthday. God rest his soul.
Amen. Number 27. So this is kind of an action type thing, but I'm going to read it to you so you can do it, and also you can tell me who this person might be. So number 27 says, "Hello, Black man. Contact someone you hadn't heard from in a while. Write down how the conversation went. Explain how it felt to reconnect or to pick up from where you left off." So if you had to contact anybody who you hadn't heard from in a while, who you think about, who you may not think about, but in this moment they have come to your memoir, who would it be?
I got a friend. It's a guy that we was real cool. One of my frat brothers, we were real cool a few years ago, and I felt like we didn't end the friendship on a good note.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was some miscommunication there, some misunderstanding there. And I'm the kind of person I don't like to leave things on a bad note, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we both cool, we good, we cordial with each other whenever we see each other out, but I just feel like it's just something there that that's not right, that's not sitting well with my spirit. You know what I'm saying? I even had a couple of dreams about it before, like some months ago. Matter of fact, I just feel like, I'm always want to like try to try to fix things,
Mm-hmm.
try to make things right, because I don't want a person or myself for that matter to leave this earth and things still left undone and be on my heart. You know what I'm saying, for a long time. So that person, and it's another person too as well. I can't think, but I'm always trying to leave things on a good note when I'm conversing with someone. Men, women, you know what I'm saying, regardless of the friendship or the relationship. We stop talking for whatever reason. I'm always trying to leave on a good note and on a peaceful note, because I don't hold grudges with anybody. I don't dislike anybody. I don't have any beef with anybody. Like, I'm just here. Like, I'm just living a good life, the best life I can, staying in my peace, and just moving forward.
Right. Okay. So, okay, I love the shift gears between questions. You said that you're a loving father. In fatherhood and parenting, this is really crazy. My nephew came over yesterday, as a matter of fact, and he was like, "I want a kid so bad," and I was like, "No, you do not." He was like, "Yes, I do." I was like, "Listen, I can tell you that you don't," and he made a very, very cringeworthy statement. He said, "You're saying that because you're a mother. I'm a father. Our roles are different." How do you feel about that? Like, do you feel that mothers always take the blunt role? Do you feel it's because we want to, we choose to, because the courts say we should? Like, how do you feel about the mother-father dynamic in relationships that don't work out more so than those that do?
I think that, and I really appreciate every mother out there. Like, you guys are like superheroes to me. Y'all are doing what you need to do 24/7. Like, my daughter and her mom, she has a brother that's 16 years old. You know, every other night I'm praying for her strength, praying for her happiness, regardless of what she's going through, because she has my daughter 24/7. You know, and she's doing the best she can as well. She's doing a great job at it as well. And there's a lot of women that's out there that's doing that. So women are literally there with their, and I'm speaking on women that actually are welcoming and not holding men back from being around their kids and being with their kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay with them being around. And women are there 24/7, while men are pretty much, now there's some single fathers out there. Don't get me wrong, there's some single fathers out there.
Indeed. Mm-hmm.
But just to stick on the other side of things, we don't see our kids that much. We're pretty much part time in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
not on purpose. It's just how the court system works. I mean, y'all are natural nurturers. That this is what y'all do. This is y'all thing. It's been like this for years on end. So to see a woman in her natural habitat, just doing what she's doing for her family, for the kids, and just giving her all, like y'all are doctors, y'all or nurses, school teachers, tutors, like everything, And then men, some men are there too, but it's like y'all take more of the load than we do.
Mm-hmm.
Like we come and go. We drop them off, pick them up, drop them off for the weekend or however long, for a couple weeks over the summer or holiday. But we gotta, send them right back to their mom because that's where they stay at.
Right.
It's just like I just appreciate the whole thing for how women are really handling things these days. And then, like I said, with my daughter's mom, that's why doing whatever I need to do, seeing what's needed with her, even with a child that's not mine, with her oldest son. He's 16. Again, he's 16, and I'm the only father that he knows. So it's like I still look out for him. I still see if he need anything and check on him, tell him that I love him. You know what I'm saying? Along with my daughter, because at the end of the day, he had nothing to do with what we had going on.
Yes.
But I always let him know that, hey, I still love you. My family still love you. You come around whenever you want to. If you want to come with me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always establishing in that uh, those boundaries with him. Well, I won't call it boundaries, that relationship with him.
Right.
And when it comes to even if it's financial, if you need something, it's a done deal. I mean, you let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'm still there for you. I'm not there 100%, but I'm still there for you at the end of the day. And so, and men have to understand too, you can give all the money in the world, but it'll never replace that quality time that you put in with your child. And like these kids definitely are a blessing. They're expensive, but they are they are a blessing at the end of the day. So it's just like, I just want more men to put in more time with their child, like call, text, FaceTime, going to see them, because depending on how old they are, that money they don't even know they're getting that money.
Mm.
Some men be over like, I gave $300, $500, $200. That should be enough. That's not enough. It's all about that time.
Right.
With that child. Yes, I'm pretty sure every woman appreciate what a man is doing financially, financial obligations, but I'm all about time.
Right.
And get that back. Like those are memories that you're going to establish, and that those kids are going to remember for the rest of their lives. Like that materialistic stuff is going to come and go.
Right, right. And there are women out there who are more financially minded and are willing to worry about the time that they spend. So to each his own. But let's make sure that these children are the priority. And I promise you, when you put the kids at the forefront, everything else falls into place. As a bonus mom, as a co-parent, I can truly say that me and my baby's daddy, we work together for the sake of the kids. All right, so let's see. I'm going to give you a random question and then we're going to wrap this up. Random question is, if you could only choose one song to play every time you walked into a room for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I got so many songs. Oh my goodness! Like
as a DJ, I bet you do.
Yeah, I got gospel songs. I got some soul music. I don't even know. Oh my goodness! Oh, I will say this. I know this one song. Was a couple songs that I listened to. One of them called "You Will Win" by what's her name is I can't think of her name. Was it Jakara? It was her name is
Jacqueline Carr?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You Will Win. I hadn't heard that, but I'm definitely gonna go look it up. And the next time, if I ever know that I'm in the room with you, I'm gonna play that joint when you walk in.
As long as there ain't no club or nothing,
If it's a club, what's wrong with being a club?
Like I'm always listening to her song, "You Will Win," and one song that I really love too is Fantasia song called "Necessary."
I don't think I've ever heard "Necessary."
I've listened to that song ever since 2016 when I was going through my divorce and everything that was going on in my life at the time. It's called "Necessary," basically stating that everything that you have gone through, it was necessary for you to go through to get to where you are today.
Oh man, that's facts. That's big facts. I
believe
that whole soul. Who knew you were so spiritual?
Well, in the morning time when I get my day going, do my prayer, you know what I'm saying, and breakfast, I go to the gym, just depending on what day it is, if I can get up, Jesus. And then
Amen.
I get into my whole get into my move before I go to work or while I'm at work. And then after 12 though, 12 p.m. come, I switch gears and I'm on something else. I might listen to some rap music or something.
Okay.
But
I got you. I got you. I'm gonna try to share the screen and show people your website right quick. Let's see if it will allow me to. Cause y'all gotta check this guy out. He's out here doing big things. Let's see. There it is. Look at you. What I really love about this website is this little box that pops up. I don't know if y'all can see me pointing at it. It's like, hey, I'm Myron. What you need? That's dope. That's really dope. So you guys go and check him out. He's got sessions. He's got plans. 45-minute session. Is this for life coaching?
yeah, they're for life.
This 45-minute deal will not last long. Book now. Y'all go and check Myron out because if you're anything like me, you need help with your life. I, this is I
Yeah.
young to fix my life. So recently I saw that she quit the Fix My Life show. She didn't want to do it anymore.
Oh, I need to take up place then. That's all it is.
Listen, you better go ahead and call the network right now. Get on there. Tell them what you need.
Yeah, put that
Uh,
out in the atmosphere or something.
so we're gonna wrap this up. I want to put your information down here so people know where they can find you. Scrolling down at the bottom of the screen is his social medias. He is a phenomenal person. I don't really like him a whole lot, but we're not gonna talk about that. Tell the people seriously though, what's next for you?
I don't even know yet. I'm just like, I'm about to get started. I'm about to start back my podcast called Conversation with the Coach. It's going to be on the MyronJ Show. It's going to be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, not Apple Music, but Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. So about to get that started. We're just going to be talking about different things with different people. I have a therapist. I have other great people on my team that I talk to, divorce coaches, just different people that we're going to have a conversation with. I have other male life coaches. I try to get some male figures in there. I did one called on fatherhood
Mm-hmm.
months ago, so that went really well. Somebody get that started back up and going. So I'm going to start that in January. Probably looking into doing another book sometime next year on how to be a life coach and the things that you need to know, some tips on how to get that started, and just getting people to learn some things that I learned the hard way in a sense, so it make it a little easier on them. So just looking to do more podcasts, interviews, and just doing some great things in general. I'm just looking to help people in every way possible. Make sure y'all follow me on all social media outlets, some platforms, MyronJ The Coach, and just check out my video. Go get my book, MyronJ, thecoach.com. You can get it from there, or you go to Amazon.com, Married Divorce for God.
All right, that sounds great, Myron. Thank you so much for your time and coming through and chatting it up with me. I greatly appreciate it. Even though you went to, school on Lynch Street, awesome. I think you're an awesome person, and I will definitely be putting all of your information, your book, everything down below. Y'all check out the comments so y'all can go and get his book, and we'll touch bases. We'll keep in touch.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all.